What's up, SNA fans? This is Super Ninja Austin back here with another video, and this is indeed the AEW Dynamite the AEW Dynamite review video on May 1st, 2024. We're going to be talking about what exactly went down on the May 1st episode of AEW's Wednesday night show, following their Friday night show, which is now on Wednesday for 1 week. Even though they've been on Saturdays back to back, like 2 weeks in a row on Saturdays, right after AEW Rampage goes off. Collision goes off the air. What am I even saying anymore? But anyways. But yeah, we're gonna talk about what exactly went down, and yeah, it was very interesting in a way, especially in the end of the show, which it was about Kenny Omega, and he addressed his diverticulitis, and when he very first got it, and he was very lucky that he caught it while he did, and also asked why did the Youngs attack their boss, like I said on my news video. But we're going to get to that just a moment. But we're going to start off with Tony Khan announcing that he's going to be doing stuff virtually from all the way from Jacksonville, like because he couldn't travel over to Winnipeg to this week because he's still recovering from the head and neck injury that the new elite just caused. Well, the two OG elites and the two new added members of the elite, which is the Rainmaker Kazuchika Okada and the scapegoat Jack Perry. All right, but yeah, he's still recovering from that. Well, in kayfabe, of course, he is. So yeah, I want to send him the well wishes in kayfabe, of course, like at this very unfortunate time for him. But this is where we got. This is where then we got the Young Bucks then interrupted him rudely, and then this is where it starts staticking. This is where they got up and they were in the camera pointed out onto the production room, and this is where it's like, oh, we're losing them, like making it look like that he's about to be a goner and he's fighting for his life, but he's not fighting for his life. Like he's not even hurting that way, like, or let alone have any health problems like that, not anything like that. He barely. He's barely what's that called? Barely got a neck brace on his neck, so there's no way that he could be a goner and nearly dead. But it was all just a joke from the Young Bucks. But it's where they then present the show, like we're then playing the playing the intro music and the intro image, and then this is where we see Swerve Strickland heading out in the ring with Prince Nana, which 2005 time, and for the 5,005th time, the ring to start doing the Swerve dance. This is where then we got Swerve Strickland. And welcome the Winnipeg fans to Dynamite. This is where he's like now. And he's like, I'm your AEW World Champion, and this is what All Elite Wrestling deserves. And then the type of champion that's worth. And then there's there's always have been and always will be this championship around my waist. And this is where the fans start like we love you, Swerve, like we're glad you're the champion and not some so-called and he's like, but there's some individuals that's not so deserving and a shot at this belt, and that is completely selfish and perhaps greedy and childish, and power hungry, so-called EVPs, like that they could just throw their way around again to do whatever they want and without ever suffering any consequences. And I'm standing over my words, like I mentioned last week. Like whatever y'all did, like that was a total bitch move, and I was agreeing with Swerve. So like, yeah, that was like you never put your hands on the boss, man. Even if he's a pain in the rear end, like unless y'all sign the paper, like sign waivers, like to make sure that this match, the match don't allow the curve for them to be punished because they agreed to have this match. Like that's the only way you should put your hands on your boss. Like if you agreed to fight him in a match at an upcoming event, that's the only way I see it. But not when being like when he's trying to be merciful to your boy Jack Perry, like for him being unprofessional, using real glass anyways, and costing one of his employees his job. Like, well, in kayfabe, I'll say, yeah, they're ungrateful for that, but he's actually thanking him for bringing them back on AEW television and behind the scenes. Well, I'm not sure if I should be giving out such information like that, but you get what I mean. This is where the fans are like, oh, like, yeah, like it still sounds cold, but it's true. Like that was a PITCH move. And then this is where he's like, I must watch out for them at some point, like because who knows when they'll get a shot at the AEW World Championship. But for now, let's get to the point, and then let's get to the point where the reason why I came down here is to find out who exactly my opponent is. And he's like, I want to see right now, like come on, like whoever my future challenger is at Double or Nothing, who's like reveal yourself. But before you get in, make sure to dust yourself right in front of the front entrance, because whose house it is, and the fans shouted out Swerve's house. The Young Bucks, they're like, and then this is where the Young Bucks like, hey Swerve, like I'm not sure if you noticed, but there's someone that's been bought or something, or someone in this case that. In our case, is what word to use is bothering us, and then he's like, yeah, it's coming out of your head. And then this is the first time we heard from you. Like when you like, and you have such the nerve to badmouth your bosses. And I was like, really, you're gonna talk like this to Swerve, and y'all know better because y'all attack y'all's boss like by hitting the TK driver. So yeah, like you're no better at this in the situation of being a horrible employee to your own boss. But anyway, this is where and this word, and he's like, and you're really gonna say that right in front of national television that what we did to turn guys the BLT? Like, and this is where Nicholas Jackson's like, yeah, that's an automatic fine for you, Mr. Strickland. And then this is where then Matthew Jackson then continues to say like you're trying to. And he was like, how about what we should do for justice for your humility against us boys? Like, you know what? Let's arrange that. Like the reveal, like who your opponent is at Double or Nothing. We found just the perfect guy for you. And then they revealed that guy, and it was none other, which they were counting him down. And then this is where they start showing him on the Titantron with the countdown from 10 to 1. And I was like, oh boy, like I expected to be someone else like that just got cleared from an injury. That's a leader of a certain undisputed faction, but I guess I was wrong because it was none other than Christian Cage, which he was heading out into the ring. This is where then he got on the microphone. This is where then he dressed Swerve Strickland, right, with fans we're chanting Christian. And I was like, oh my gosh, like I did not expect this. This is a shocker. Like, but even though like it's a shocker, I'm not sure if it's the greatest shocker. Like even though I didn't expect somebody else, but perhaps it should have been someone that's already ready for the World Championship contender. Well, they couldn't find somebody else other than Samoa Joe, perhaps, but Samoa Joe, it seemed like he already moved on and he's back in the line of another shot at the All Elite Wrestling World Championship. But yeah, this is where Christian Cage, I guess, move on from his best friend Adam Copeland, beating him for the TNT championship and try to upgrade himself to be in the world title picture. And this is where fans were chanting Christian like it feels SmackDown vs. Raw 2010 again. But before he can even say anything to him on the microphone, this is where he attacks him with the microphone, start beating him up with the microphone until he placed the AEW World Championship on him. And this is where he kill switched him face first right into the belt. This is where then he tells his dinosaur pet kill switch to go right above him and pull out his red block like that from the back of it, like the back of the right side of his head. This is where he pulls it out, like balled his fist up right on that exact braid, and then pull it out with stretching grab like, oh my head, like it's like someone taking out a needle out of your arm or out of your arm, shoulder, or wherever when you're getting a shot. Like when you easily, that's how it must have felt with Swerve Strickland. Like it's like the piercing pain, like the agony, and this is where then Kill Switch then gave it to Christian, which Christian eventually gave it to Nick Wayne. This is where fans were start telling them to eat it, and I was like, I'm not sure if I'm not sure if it's edible, and yeah, like, and who knows? We could possibly see him, even if they did eat it, we could be seeing them spit out some yarn balls, like in the next, I don't know, 3 hours, I guess. But what are your thoughts on the segment, and what's your reaction is with Christian Cage now being the next contender for Swerve Strickland's AEW World Championship? Let me know in the comment section right down below. But this is where we move on to the next slide. This is where they. And this is where before they left the building, this is where Christian Cage was like you embarrassed me, like Mr. Swerve, like when you lost our match against Sting and Darby Allin at the biggest show of the year at AEW All In, like, and now the best. And then this is where the fans are like, you suck. And then this is where Christian Cage told him to shut them out while he's conducting his business, like he usually says. I guess he's the older next MJF of the company. But this is where then the fans are like, boo, you horrible man. Like, I don't care if you're from Canada. That's what the fans would say. This is where then. And he's like, and yeah, I didn't forgot that one time, like when we were partners, like and we were in that tag team match, like and that's what I was saying before I got rudely interrupted. And he's like, and at the biggest show in the history of professional wrestling, like, and you lost, you failed both of us. Yeah, you completely embarrassed me, Swerve. And like, and he's like, and then I've been waiting for the right moment, like for you to make up for those mistakes, and then you've been doing. And you won yourself the world championship, like, but you leave me high and dry and not repaying me. But I thought that this wouldn't be the better time to be a better time the better time to be your next be your first challenger. Next challenger. I'm right because.